Hello guys, this is Pavel from Laravel Daily Team and YouTube channel Laravel Business. And for a long time I haven't done any live coding based on Upwork projects. I used to do that more often. It's quite a fun experience to take example but real project from Upwork and try to live code that. And especially with our help from our QuickAdminPanel generator. So the purpose of those videos, one purpose is to demonstrate what we can with QuickAdminPanel, but also teach you some stuff about Laravel, because after using our generator, I will still be coding additional parts. So the example of today is a review website. Here you can see a real project, review website. Ignore the budget of $100, it's pretty ridiculous. But anyway, it's quite a simple project. Review website for some items. So people add items and other people can review them with stars and descriptions, and then there's some search and ordering the best rated items in category or in general. So we will create that in this video with help of our QuickAdminPanel. Here I am in our QuickAdminPanel and we generate a new project. Let's call it review website. Okay, create that. Then we can install a few modules online, which will be really helpful. And after that, we will download the panel and continue coding locally in PHP Storm. So here we are in our QuickAdminPanel, and let's go through the list. What functions do we actually need? Register login system. Login system is out there by default, and register is available as a module. So if you install the module, default role will be simple user. Actually, that's required in this task. So there will be members and then staff members, which is basically the same thing as we have in our QuickAdminPanel, administrator and simple user. So by default, registered user will be a simple user and we don't require admin approval. We submit and module installed. Okay, so that's step one. Then categories, tags, and items. For that, we have a pretty similar module called product management, which would create categories, tags, and products with photos. So let's install that. Okay, we have some files generated, and for product management, we have categories, tags, and products. For every product, we have those fields, so we can add categories, tags. So price we don't need for that particular project, so maybe we'll remove them later. So we will have all the items need just by installing the module. Instead of except for subcategories. In this project I won't dive into subcategories because it involves quite a complex thing. I think I will skip it for now, but we can add multiple category and multiple tag per product. Okay, what else do we need? Ability to review, ability staff members to approve items, so that will be custom code, and also search functionality. For search, we have a module called Mega Search. We install that, and we can add a field in menus for products. We can add a field like name, should be searchable. In Mega Search, we close and we save the CRUD, and that field after download will be searchable. I guess that's it that we can generate from QuickAdminPanel. Now we download the panel and we continue working locally. So let's click download. Okay, I've downloaded the panel, I've unarchived it, and I've prepared the homestead URL and the folder reviews. So first let's fill in our env file. So copy env example to env and then edit env with our credentials. This is the default Laravel env file, and we change the database name, and also I usually change the app URL to reviews test configured in my homestead, and now we run composer install. Okay, composer install is successful. Now we need to generate the key. key generate, and also we run migrations with seed, which are generated by our QuickAdminPanel. It should migrate the users, products, some permissions, and all of that. Let's go to our database in SQL Pro and refresh. I've created an empty database, and this is how it looks now. So we have one admin user, two roles, and product categories, and everything we need. And the actual URL would be reviews.test. Okay, we have login, and let's try admin.com password. It works, and this is our search that I've been talking about. So in product management, if you add something, this field will be searchable. Now let's move on to custom coding. So here I am logged in as a simple user, not admin, and first let's do some cleanup. So QuickAdminPanel generates these things, so categories, tags, and products, and they are accessible for everyone, which shouldn't be the case. As a simple user, I should only see products, and that parent menu item isn't really necessary. So we open the code in sidebar blade PHP, which actually defines what menu items are visible here. So for user management, we have correct missing menu item, because simple user cannot access users. But for product management, we don't really need that parent menu item. So let's delete that until this one. And that is also irrelevant. Okay, some formatting thing. Refresh the page. Okay, we have simple menu items. Next, simple users shouldn't see categories or tags. And this is defined by permission, product category access and product tag access. Let's go to our seeds, database seeds. And we care about roles and permissions. So role number 1 is admin and role number 2 is simple user. So what permissions do they have? And here we have permission seeds. So those IDs represent the permissions. So for product management, that's okay, but product category and product tag should not be accessed. So ID 22 to 31 should not be in a simple user. 32 is actually product access, product create, edit, view, and no delete product. That's totally fine. So we can basically only see the products. And let's reseed our database. So we do artisan migrate fresh for the fresh installation and seed. Okay, we have totally new database, and let's register again as a simple user. Registration. Okay. And I'm in, and I only see the products. So I can add more products, but before that we need categories and tags. So let's log in as admin first. So admin is seated by default by QuickAdminPanel. So it has more menu items like permissions, roles, and users. Category. Let's put a category here, whatever. Category 2. So I will show you how to choose more than one category. So 3 categories, and then some tags. Same thing. Tag has only name. Okay, my form filler just gives names of people, but anyway, that should work. And now let's return to our user view and let's add a product. What is the user? This is the email. We log out and we log in. Okay, now for products we can add categories and tags. So again, form filler for something. Okay, chooses 2 categories, 1 tag. That's relevant. Actually, let's put some photo here. Okay, let's put some photo and we save the entry. Okay, the photo is here, everything is here, so that's by default generated by our QuickAdminPanel. Now, what's important, you cannot edit and you cannot delete. You cannot delete basically as a simple user. But what is more important, if I have another user and another product, that should be filtered. So every user should see only their own products and only admin can see everything. So let's register another user and add another product. Okay. So as you can see, I can see the second user can see the first user's product, which is wrong. And let's fix that. So we add another product here into the list, and we will check that I see my own product and not someone else's. Right, so 2 products in the list. And there are multiple ways how can we filter it out. So if we go to products controller, this is the code, so just product all. And for that we can use global scopes, but let's go even further back. For now, currently we don't have information on who added the product. So the product has price, photos, and all of that. So we cannot even filter. Let's fix that and let's add a field, a column, make migration, add user ID to products table. And Laravel will create a migration with some structure already. Oh, that's interesting, it's time zone thing. Because I've generated on the server, it's 2 hours difference. Right, okay, so I need to rename that file to be later. Refactor rename to 11 o'clock. Okay, now it's the last migration in the list, and with table we add a field, table unsigned integer, user ID, not null. Actually, we should probably make it nullable for now. Nullable, and then there's foreign key. So foreign, user ID, what are the parameters? Actually, I tend to copy that from Laravel documentation. Laravel foreign keys. There are things that I don't remember by heart, and I don't need to because it takes like 5 seconds to Google. So table foreign, user ID, references on users. That's exactly what we need. Okay, let's migrate that. Okay, we have a new field, which is probably nulled by existing entries. Yes, user ID null. Next thing we need to do is to automatically add that field as a value for user. And for that I have recently written an article about observers and global scopes, and it's kind of a multi-tenancy. So we will use observers. Observer is a class that you can use to change the values, like do something on the methods of created, updated, the entry deleted, and others. So in this case we need creating method, and we will override one of the fields. So for now let's make an observer. PHP artisan make observer, product observer, model product. Okay, observer created successfully, so we should see app observers product observer. We copy and paste here. So creating, we need not created but creating, and then we have product, and this should be product. It's weird that PHP Storm doesn't recognize that it's PHP. Okay, we don't need any other methods, so we delete them. And basically that's it. Right, then we need to register that in app service provider. App service provider. In boot, I think it is, yep. In boot, we do product observe, product observer class. That's weird. It doesn't even recognize that. But it should work, product observer. I'm not sure why it isn't recognized. Observers product observer. Okay. And define the namespace. Really weird. Let's do composer dump onto load. Meanwhile, I will explain. The next part will be accessing only your posts. We will use global scope. So this will be the scope. Well, it will be different. In this article it's post, in our case it's products. So we will check on every query. It will add this this where check, and we will check if that's not an admin. So we create a file in app scopes. So let's create a directory scopes. Product user scope. Okay, and let's copy and paste all of that. Right, should be fine. Instead of post user, it should be product user scope. And finally, we need to check that only if user is an admin. Actually, if not an admin. So user is admin, which will be a function we will create now. So if not an admin, then add that global scope. And for his admin, I already have the code prepared, and we copy and paste that into user model. So basically that function checks, gets all the roles and then filter them by role ID 1 and returns the count. So if there is at least one entry with that, the user is admin. Right, so let's check that. We refresh the products and we will see no products because user ID is null in our case. Products, no. I'm logged in as user ID 3, I think. So let's try to, actually let's add a product and let's see if all things are working as they should. So we add a product, then we add tag, don't need photos for now, and let's save it. So what should happen is our observer should create a product with user ID 3, and our filter on global scope should show only the products which belong to those users, that user. And let's log in back as admin, and let's check if admin can see all products and can delete them or modify them. So products, yes, we see all 3 in the list, and button delete is present. So this way we've filtered out products by user, which is kind of, it could be called multi-tenancy. So every user sees their own products. Now let's get to the section of actually reviews. So we have products, we have users, and then we can review the products. For that, after login, I will turn a dashboard into a product list where you could click any product, including yours, and actually vote for it, excluding yours. That will be taken care of a little later. So on the dashboard currently we have a home controller, which looks like this, and then there's a view which looks really simple. So let's go to filter our products, product, all for now. Later we will do filtering and search, so products, and then here instead of dashboard text we will do for each products as product. Let's not make a table here, let's make a row of bootstrap, so row and then class call md2, for example. That will be a photo. I think the URL will be different, but let's leave it for now. And then will be title, description. So title and description, let's make it column D8. So name, actually what we have about the product. What fields? So product name, description, right? So name, name, and description. So let's put the description here. Description, and in the last field it will be review. For now it will be empty. Right, and here let's have a route, a link to route products show. It will be admin product show, I think, with product ID. Okay, that's it. Refresh that. We have one product. Oh, and here we had a global scope, so I see only my own product. Laravel has a way to change it, so I can choose without global scope, and instead of all we do get then, and we need to pass the class of product user scope class, and then it should take off the filter. Now I see all the products. Great. Right, so let's do some front-end polishing. So a line between those. So that's one, and then images are actually stored in, I think it was public folder. Public uploads, public thumb. Oh, it's just public. Okay, we probably should change that, but I won't dive deeper into that. Image source, I think it's this. Yep, and we don't have any thumbnails for now, so again, let's hack it. Kind of. So with 50. And now we have thumbnails, or with 200 actually. Also, if product photo 1 not equals. Okay, 200 is also too big, so let's put 100 here. Okay, so we have a list of product where you can go to any product, click here and see the details. And here, of course, we will have, again, we have to change the global scope. But yeah, let's do that. So in product show, show method is here. Actually, it doesn't exist. Oh yeah, it does exist. So product, again, without global scope. Find or fail. Let's click that again. And now we get the product. So this will be a product detail view where you can review, so 5-star rating, and add a comment here. So for now, let's make a structure, because in our database we don't have any reviews or any 5 stars. So we go to migration. Let's add a migration. Artisan make migration, create reviews table. Migration, create reviews table, and let's copy and paste some foreign keys. So for reviews we have product ID, which references product. Then we have review, rating actually, table integer or unsigned integer, rating, and comment, which would be text, comment, and this will be nullable. So rating will be required and description will be nullable, and also for that we have a user ID. So rating will be by a product and by a certain user. Here it is. Let's go and migrate now. Cannot add foreign key for users. Oh, it's not users, it's users. And now the problem is that it's probably created the table, but didn't create the foreign keys. Yeah, exactly that. So let's delete the table for now, like it never happened, and run migration again. Yep, now it worked with reviews and those foreign keys in place. Next we need a model. Actually we could have done it in one command, but now as I remembered it, make model review. And let's open it, review, and let's put fillables. Fillables is an array of fields that will be filled. So product ID, user ID, rating, and description. Okay, now let's go to our show blade for product and let's change how it looks. So currently it looks like this. And I don't want to change anything drastically here because this is not a front-end lesson or video, so we will just remove the price because we don't need it. And then add a possibility to review. Or maybe, what else can we do here? Actually, put in a column D10 at least, and then we can remove that panel because it's not really useful. So just a basic cleanup. And at the bottom we will have a form of adding the review. So back to list, and then it will be page 3, leave, and review. And it will be form for reviews store. We don't have that yet. It will be route admin reviews store. And then we have to add a hidden field for what is the product. So hidden name product ID, value product ID. Okay, now your rating, let's put a select field 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can find somewhere online like star script for 4 or 5 stars, and let's put 4 stars by default. Rating, and then let's add a comment. So comment optional, text area name comment, and that's it basically. Form submit, time submit, value, save, rating. Okay, now we need to create this one. So we need a controller here. So let's save another controller on top. Controller admin, like products controller, or wait. So products controller, and let's save that as reviews controller. and we will of course rename the class name, and what we need from here is only store for now, so not create, store. We'll add a request a little later, and that's it. We don't need this and this. Actually, we don't need any git because any user can review. What we need here is review, create, request all basically, and return redirect to admin products, show request product ID. Product ID, I guess that's it. For the request, we need to, let's delete some more. For request, let's put a validation of, on the front end actually. Now saying that, we don't even need the validation because this will be, well, they would have to choose something, and comment is optional, so it doesn't need to be validated. So we don't need the request at all. A special request, we will use a typical Laravel request. Let's change the dog block. That's it. Okay, we have a controller. Now next, in routes, under prefix admin, we have route resource. And we add another route resource for reviews controller, and we will add only store for now. I think it's this. Let's try it out. So we have a form, refresh, leave a review, your rating 4, comment optional, save rating. Of course, method should be post. Method should be post, and also I forgot CSRF token. Get back, leave a review, save rating, and yeah, we get redirected back, and let's see the database. Well, we have a review here. Refresh. Yay, we have product ID, rating, except for user ID. So user ID should be stored. Let's do it here. Request all plus user ID equals auth ID. That's it. Let's try that again. Let's put a comment here this time. Save rating. It worked. And we have another review, but without a comment for some reason. Probably the name is wrong. No, name exists. Comment. Maybe it's not a fillable. Oh, description, of course. Should be comment. Again. So 5-star rating, comment, and save rating. Okay. Okay, now we're good. We have a user and a comment. Next thing, we need to restrict people from leaving second review, basically. So we need to check if that person has a review of that product. And basically here. So if product, what's the best way to check that? Yes, reviews, we will create it where user ID count. Then we will have another option. So else we have a form, and if you got a review. Now let's create a relationship. So in product we have reviews. So public function reviews, and it will be has many review class. Right, and here in our product controller, we should show the product with reviews. Okay, let's check that, and it should probably say you've got a review, and if we delete all those entries, it should show the form. Let's do that. Yep, it does show the form. Okay, so we can save the review now. Now let's show the review. So both in our product list and in our product detail page. So for example, some comment. And then in our product list, not that one, the dashboard, here we should basically show the review numbers. Okay, where do I go for that? Home controller. These are products. And let's add an attribute, a mutator attribute of public function. Actually, we don't even need that, I guess. With reviews, and we'll calculate that in a blade. It's not the best practice, but it's probably the fastest way. So in home blade, what can we show? So product reviews average rating. I think we had number format 2 out of 5, and then break how many votes. So count. We don't need number format for that. Count votes. Let's check if it works. It works. So 4 out of 5, 1 vote. 0 out of 5, 0 votes. And what we can do here is probably check if that's even available. So if product reviews counts else, and if no ratings yet. Let's refresh. Yep, no ratings yet, or 4 out of 5, it's 1 vote. Right, okay, so we are done with reviews part. Now let's get back to our original task and let's see what is missing. We're approaching an hour in this video. I hope we'll fit in 1 hour, but there are a few things we need to finish yet. So this is not done, so listing of the best rated items in category or in general. Then this is done, this is done. Ability for other members to review. That's the point that we haven't filtered. I can review my own item currently. This should be filtered. Then approving items and reviews. Approving items, yes, because they have a delete button, and we need to do the same for reviews. And then search functionality. So 4 things. Let's start with filtering the member. So if it's my own product, actually let's close everything for now. If it's show blade and product, if it's my own product, actually this, if not count and product user ID not equals auth ID, then we can leave a review. Let's refresh that. So if I go to someone else's product, but I've left the review, I cannot review anymore. Next, actually back to the list is wrong link. Back list should be not admin products index, but route home. Okay, let's check that. Route home not defined. Is it admin home maybe? I guess it's admin home. Admin home not defined, come on. Right, let's open our routes again, home. Okay, it doesn't even have a name. Okay, name home. That should work now, and we can go back to list. Okay, now let's open someone else's product and we can leave a review. But what about my own product? This is what I've entered, and there's no review form. So that's good. We filtered out what products should be reviewable. Next on the list, so this is done. Review, approve the reviews. So for admins, we will add a new menu item called reviews, and it will be a list of reviews. Let's log in as admin and let's see what they have currently. So categories, tags, products, and reviews. We will have another menu item. For that, let's go to our sidebar and add this. So if I can access product, I also can access ratings as well. No, actually, that's not the case. If I can, so we won't create a separate permission. We will base it on other admin permissions. So if I can edit categories, then I'm an admin basically. So admin reviews index and global reviews title. Okay, we go to our global PHP for translations. Reviews, I think it's not here yet currently. So let's add that. Reviews. Everything related to reviews will be in this array for translations. And then we add title, reviews. Good. Now admin reviews index doesn't exist because we restricted reviews to only store. Let's remove that and we will add an index there. Refresh the page and we should see a new thing, reviews. The icon is irrelevant, but if we click at the reviews it should be empty, probably because that method doesn't exist, or even error. Let's get back to our reviews controller. And let's add an index method. I will copy and paste that from here, displaying a list of reviews. Reviews. Let's call it product access. It's different. It's product category access. Now reviews all. We have reviews, and here we have reviews, and here we have reviews as well. Now let's create a folder of reviews in resources views. Resources, views, admin, and then new 3 reviews. And let's copy products index to reviews index. Save as. Admin reviews index, close that. Okay, we have reviews index, global reviews title. There shouldn't be any create button, list, data table, count, reviews. Actually, we won't be able. Actually, we will be able to mass delete. Can product category delete. Okay, that's good, so we can delete that. And what we can have here, so reviews time, then reviews fields product, reviews fields user, reviews fields rating, and reviews fields description. So we'll have those, some formatting here. If count reviews is bigger than 0, so review as review. We'll have review can product category delete. So that will be for mass delete reviews. And there we go for review time. So created add, then product time. Let's copy and paste a lot of that until this one. Some misformatting in our generated code by QuickAdminPanel. Sorry for that. Okay, time. So review product name, then review user name, and review rating, and review. It's not a description; it's a comment. It's comment. And for now, we have to have a few relationships. So in our review model, there are no relationships here. Let's add public function product. Return this belongs to product class, and same with user. So review will belong to user with user class. Good. And actually we will need to add them. Instead of review all, let's do with product and user get. And there we have buttons. So product view, we don't need that. We don't need to edit. We can just delete the review. So if I can delete the review form, open to route admin reviews destroy and review ID. Yep, that's it. Global no entries. Call span should be lower, like 7, I think. And we need a JavaScript, some JavaScript for mass delete. So this product category delete and product reviews mass destroy. Yes, that should work, except for translations. We'll add them soon. Gate not found. Oh, of course, we need to add a gate here. Use gate. Oops. Gate here. Refresh. And our mass destroy not defined. We will add that here. We'll post. I will show it to you later. Review mass destroy. We will copy and paste that from other controllers. So reviews controller as reviews mass destroy. Okay. Yeah, we have a table. So we have one review currently. Let's add a translation. Let's add a translation here. In reviews index, we need these, so fields. Global PHP fields from products into reviews. And what fields do we actually need? Time, product, user, rating, comment. Time, product, user, rating, comment. So time, product, user, rating, and comment. Okay, refresh. And this is a time, product, user, rating, comment. That's pretty accurate. And now let's put a delete action in action. Again, we copy some of that from product controller. We need two methods. So these products controller into reviews controller. remove review from storage. Okay, destroy if I can product delete, product category delete, then review find or fail, review, and then reviews. That, and then mass destroy will be just checking the ticking the check boxes and doing mass deletion. So review where in request input IDs, and that should be fine. Test it now. Let's try to delete a review. Yep, it is deleted successfully. And actually, let's create more reviews. I will create it directly in the database, which will be quicker. So like that. Product ID user 2 rating, and product ID equals 1, 5 rating. Let's refresh the list. The time is empty, but never mind. Let's try the mass delete functionality. So delete selected. Are you sure? Yep, we have only one review. So we've finished that item of can improve items and reviews. Two things to go. So best rated items in category or in general. So we need to get back to the dashboard, and here in this list we will have to order the list according to the reviews. So how can we order by relationships? Currently we have products and we have reviews in another table. We could do that by using mutators and using a lot of Laravel magic basically, but it would be not efficient because the query would have been huge. So what we will change now is store the rating and the amount of votes directly in the products table, and then we will order by that. So let's do that. So let's add a few more fields. Make migration, add ratings to products table. Okay, we open migration. Okay, table double, I think it is, or float, average rating, which is nullable. Actually, no, default 0. And table unsigned integer, ratings, ratings count, reviews count. Okay, inside integer also defaults to 0, but I think it will be default to 0 anyway. Okay, then we have to add them to our model. So which average rating and reviews count. Let's migrate them. Okay, and how we will fill them in? We will use observers again. So whenever something changes in reviews table, we will recalculate the product ratings for that product. So we go make observer, review observer, model review. I think that is the syntax. Okay. Observers review observer. So created a review product. Actually, it should be the same functionality. So private function recalculate product rating product ID, that, and then if it's created, then this recalculate product rating review product ID, and here we will have product average rating equals product. Actually, we need to filter them. Product equals product find with reviews and average rating if average rating is 0, but if product reviews count, then average rating equals product reviews average rating. And then count, I have a product update, and we have an array here, array of average rating equals average rating, and reviews count will be product reviews count. That's it, and we just need to call that, and in every case, update, we won't update the ratings, delete the rating, yes, we need that, restored, we won't restore, and we won't force delete. So basically on create or delete rating, we will recalculate the product. And let's try it out. Actually, no, there's one more thing, we need to add an observer. Product observer is here, so we'll copy that in. Or where is that? No, that's in app service provider. Product observe. So review observe, review observer class. Right, let's add a rating now. So reviews, currently we have one review for product Dale Kim. Let's add another one. As an admin, I can still vote. So rating number 4, test, save rating. Okay, we're good, and now it should be 4.5. Yes, 4.5, and let's see what we have in our table. In products, we have average rating of 4 or 5, and review counts is 2. So we don't need to calculate that anymore on the dashboard. So number format, product, average rating, and product average, where's that average, reviews count, and also here product reviews count more than 0. So we won't filter or query the database too much. Right, and then we order that. So in home controller, I think it is, home controller, we order that by average rating descending, and if the rating is the same, order by reviews count descending. Let's filter that out a little. Order by, get. Let's see. Order by what? Well, nothing changes because it's the only product. But if we add, for example, let's test it. So product AD2. Oh, it's not recalculated, of course. So 4 and 1. And it's 4 and 1. Let's change that to 4. Let's change that to 4.5. And let's see which is the first. It changes the order. Yeah, that's great. So we have finished best rated items. And final thing is search by category or by name. Okay, so we're in the final stretch here, and let's add search above the dashboard list in here. So we will add a form to the same route, action route admin home, and it will be a get method. So parameters will be get, search, let's add type text name query, then category. We will style it a little later. Select name category ID for each categories. Option value 0. Select category. Actually, we'll remove the text. So placeholder search by keyword, by name. Select category. And select tag, or search by category and search by tag. So tags, tag, tag. Okay, and submit. And of course, we need to pass the category and tags. So categories, category, product category all, tags, tag, product tag all. I think it is those two. Yep. So products, categories, and tags. Let's see how it looks. Here I have search by category. Doesn't look pretty. How to make it pretty? By moving into panel, of course. So this. Okay, a little better. Now let's add some separator here. Okay, you can style it in your free time a little better, but now let's add a search and let's see if it works. So the query works. There's no result, but it works. We need to pass the value here. Request query or empty. I think that would work. Yep. And also option if category, if there is a request, if request category ID 0 by default value equals category ID, then it's a select value. Let's put it on a new line and copy and paste into tags. So value, like that, tag ID equals tag ID, and let's try it out. So we have DDDD. Let's search for one category and one tag. Okay, the values stay, but the actual filtering doesn't work. How do we do that? In our home controller, basically in that query, we will add a few checks basically. It used to be that people added if statements. So there is a query, the main query, and then if request this, if request that. But recently I found out this syntax. So when, so query when, it's an eloquent query builder. First is the parameter. So if there is a request, actually let's put it properly. So we pass a parameter of request, and then if is set request query, then we do a function, callback function, function query, which will add query where name, I think it's like, or is it where name like, I think it's this one, request query, and also we need to add use request, because otherwise request variable would be invisible. Okay, like, okay, that should be working. Object class parameter could not be converted. Request query. Maybe it's wrong request. Right. Request. Eliminate request. Okay, maybe now. Or it's missing argument. This is correct. Use request. Oh, query, it's probably a reserved variable, of course. So request get query. That would be the correct. Yes, it works. So we don't have anything under DDD. Let's remove that and let's search for Amy. Yay, we have Amy. Now category. What do we have in terms of categories? Same thing, basically. When is set request category ID. That would be query. It won't be where, it will be has for many-to-many relationship. Has category with request category ID. And same with tags. So when request has tag ID, we will filter that by has tag ID. Let's try it out. For now we have all the variables. Cyrus Jenkins. I have nothing here. Nothing here. I have nothing here, so that's wrong. Actually, this is bad because the query is reserved word, so probably this should be a different thing. If request get query not equals empty. Okay, I messed up with the syntax little. It should be not has, but where has, and also let's put the same thing. If request category, actually different syntax. Request category ID default 0 is bigger than 0, then we query by category. And same here. If request tag ID is bigger than 0, then we query. And instead of has, it should be where has, tag, and function as a parameter, callback, function query, and query where ID equals query equals this one, and also we need to use request here. Use request. That should be correct. Let's refresh the page. And yay, we have 3 items under tag 2 and should be 0 items under tag 1. Let's do the same with category. So query where has category use request category ID. Save. Okay. No entries here, but let's add a tag 2 and let's search by category 1. 0, have 3, so everything is under category 2 and tag 2. Let's actually test that. Product categories and category 2. Yeah, all the products belong to the category 2 and some of them to category 3. There should be 2 results here. Yeah, great. So there it is. We have a list of products ordered by votes with search, and I think we've done everything that is in the list. I can safely now save this video, share it on YouTube, put the project on GitHub for you to check, and you can comment on that, ask questions. This is probably the longest of my live codings ever. It used to be like half an hour or something, now it's an hour plus. So to recap, we've used our QuickAdminPanel in first 10 minutes to generate like the basic database, and then step by step we created all of that. And this is the project to review products and show the products according to the reviews. I hope it was helpful. You can follow the channel, YouTube Laravel business channel. You can find me at laraveldaily.com or Twitter dailylaravel. Email me paulvilas@laraveldaily.com, and if you want to support videos like these, please go to our QuickAdminPanel.com, try it out. Maybe you will like it so much that it will actually become a customer. That's it for this video. See you guys in the next video of the channel.